Hello everyone, my name is Gordon. Alright everyone, a bit of a shameless plug before the video starts. To those people who are new and come across my channel and noticed I have two different accounts on Twitter and Instagram. Well, if you use those platforms, that is. So, my main account, which is Real Gordon Wolf, just like my YouTube username, no problem. But however, my art account, which I have linked in my bios, both of my Instagram and also my Twitter account, which is at Gordon Arts Real. Now, if you don't know what my art accounts are, they're essentially more focused on more of a creative version of myself. I do a lot of photography, from toy cars to landscape shots, furries, and also I do a bit of art, mainly draw-overs and all of that good stuff. And yeah, if you want to check out my creative work, and also I may post some like YouTube shorts on my artwork and photography work or whatever, I do recommend checking out my accounts. So go over to at Gordon Arts Real. I nearly said it the other way around, I do apologize. For more of my photography and art content. So yeah, and also make sure, of course, you click on notifications on all of these accounts, so you will see my latest in creation of my work, which I do post them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Now on to today's video. Well, I know I'm like a day late and $1 short, but I do see this coming. I already know this is coming from a mile away, which I am not surprised at all. And now it's finally ended. Top Gear. Yep, BBC has decided to cancel the show for foreseeable future. It's done. The show is done. It's finished. It's done, and it may not come back in the foreseeable future. They just shelved it. So, yeah. But am I surprised? Nope. Am I happy about it? I rather say yes. Let me explain. So, Top Gear, you already know what it is. It's a show that's originally been around for 46 years. It did start around about the late 70s. It's like just your regular car show. Nothing too crazy. Nothing like, over the top or anything like that. No, it's more like your standard usual car show. If you watch the Wheeler Divas or whatever, you get where I'm coming from. More chilled and more educated, that kind of stuff. And then, since the show has gone into a reboot back in the 2000s, originally Jeremy Clarkson did appear on the original Top Gear back in the 80s and 90s. However, he's originally wasn't supposed to be on the reboot of Top Gear, which he wasn't agreed to it. And then BBC did, trying to convince him or whatever, and he's like, oh, you know what? I'll do it. So BBC decide to, of course, reboot the entire show, get rid of all the original presenters, but keep Clarkson, keep Hammond, and they did have another presenter on it, but however, they did decide to replace him with James May, and that is where the show, in the 2000s, has blown off. It really did become the most infamous car show the world has ever seen. Like, really. The reboot at the start did have a bit more humor, and there wasn't much people in like studio or whatever. But however, since I'll rather say 2004 and 2005, it did pick up a pace. And then when it hit the first ever special in the USA, the show has taken off. A show has taken off. Like, it really, really did. It hit over, 330 million people watching around the world from multiple countries. except for some countries that actually got banned. And also, as well, the show is so iconic. The Reboot series is so iconic for many reasons. It is that show that is about having fun with supercars, and also really ridiculous challenges that I thought that are creative, funny, and completely outrageous. I mean, there's so many examples on YouTube where you could just watch of the old classic Top Gear with Clarkson, Hammond, and May. I mean, there's so many examples in this list, but I can't name them all. And of course, the show, it is that particular show that is unscripted. There's no scripted stuff in it whatsoever. And also, it actually has emotion. It's actually quite emotional in some episodes as well, including the final episode back in 2015, which I'll explain about that in any moment. And yeah, I love it for so many reasons. And it is that show that got me into cars. There was 3 franchises that got me into cars. Need for Speed, thanks to Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Also, the Fast and Furious franchise that did got me into cars. And, of course, this, Top Gear. Yeah, those are the 3 franchises from 3 industries that I loved. That just got me into cars. And without any of these shows, without the show, without the movies, and without the games, without these 3 main components, I don't think I would be the same person as I am right now. And I'm glad these shows, I'm glad these 3 franchises did change the world. And then on Top Gear, the final episode is quite emotional, where they basically saying goodbye after the final challenge with old SUVs, which were, if you already know, Clarkson had so many controversies throughout the beginning of the 2010s to the mid 2010s. That, of course, the final one that he did punch the producers in the face, and he got fired for that. And since then, Richard Hammond and James May joined Clarkson to go to Amazon Prime for the Grand Tour. And can I tell you this? The advert for the Grand Tour, actually for the Amazon Fire TV stick, actually before the Grand Tour came out, but remember Clarkson where he's on what those little like 2-wheeled bike things. I can't remember what they're called. Basically making fun of the BBC. And can I tell you this? That advert, Amazon Fire TV stick advert, that Clarkson made fun of the BBC of, it actually aged way better than it is back then. And also him punching one of the producers in the face. If I'm honest, I feel like back then it is kind of unacceptable, and he got fired for it. But however, now I felt like I don't blame him for it because how horrible the BBC is. So I'll explain about that at any moment as well. I know I'm repeating myself at any moment. But anyway, so let's carry on. So since then, for 3 guys left for BBC, they decided to replace with multiple presenters over the years. For example, Chris Harris, he's actually a really good presenter of Top Gear, in my personal opinion. And I feel like he is the best one because he knows about cars, he knows his shit, and yeah. He's a really good car reviewer, and of course, he's a racing driver as well. What else? Chris Evans, not one from Captain America, I mean the other Chris Evans. He does love his cars, which, of course, there's some car choices I do agree with him on. And yeah, he's a car guy, and I do like cars as well. But it's just when he came on to for first season after Clarkson, Hammond and May left, I felt like he is so off. He's not that funny. He's not that clever, and he's always, I don't know. He's always whining and whinging, and I don't know. No, not whine. I don't know. I don't know what the actual words I could put for it, but it's just I felt like he is kind of really embarrassing to watch, in my personal opinion. I'm not hating on the guy. It's just how he handled Top Gear is not brilliant. There was other presenters as well over the years. There's Shabine Smith. I thought she is a good one. Unfortunately, she did pass away a couple of years ago during cancer. R.I.P. Shabine Smith. We still miss you. Rory Reid is a good one. It sucks he did leave the show and being replaced by Paddy McGuinness and also Freddie Flintoff. I think Freddie Flintoff did replace Matt LeBlanc, I believe. After that, I'm not too sure. And many other presenters, but I can't name right now because my voice is just going. But yeah, since the rumors after the crash Freddie Flintoff had, which is like a massive incident. Well, apparently, according to what's insiders, it's more like a crash he was in. He did flip over the car only about 22 miles an hour, which is kind of suspect to me. After, the rumors and speculation about what BBC is going to do with the show after Freddie Flintoff's incident, they decided to cancel the show for good. Well, they did. Top Gear has been cancelled for the foreseeable future. They just put out a website of a statement saying about why they cancelled the show or whatever because of the incident with Freddie Flintoff, and they're not going to do it until for the foreseeable future. Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But for thing, can I tell you something, right? There was a lot more reasons why I felt like this show has been cancelled. It's not because of the Freddie Flintoff incident. I feel like it's because of the viewership. The viewership, if you look at the viewership from Clarkson, Hammond and May era from the 2000s, and also in the 2010s, compared to now, the viewership with the previous season of Top Gear before it got cancelled by the BBC, compared to the previous era, Clarkson, Hammond and May era have way more viewership than the recent season before the show got cancelled. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Look at the statistics, and then you will know. And then you will know why this show is being cancelled. It's embarrassing. Now, since Freddie Flintoff and also Paddy McGuinness was on the show, I did watch the first season with them in it. And then afterwards I stopped watching it because I felt like the show it just doesn't have that same charm as Clarkson, Hammond and May era. It doesn't have that emotion. It doesn't have that unscripted. It doesn't have that unscripted moments that you wouldn't even see coming. It doesn't have that at all. That's all it is. That's really, really all it is. It's just felt too safe and too. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit political. Too politically correct, involving with electric cars or whatever. Well, with Clarkson and Hammond and May, however, they did make fun of electric cars, and other stuff like that. It's just that's why people kind of gone off the show after Clarkson, Hammond and May left, is because BBC want to make it more safe. And unfortunately, it didn't work. The viewership already said so. Now, one thing that did got me scratching my head, why they cancelled the show because of Freddie Flintoff. The incident, far as I've been hearing, according towards insiders, that did hear about the incident, For max speed that Freddie Flintoff did when he rolled over a car, it's only 20 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know how truthful that was, but it sounds a little bit suspect to me. And also, as well, remember Richard Hammond, right? That got into a 300-mile-an-hour crash involving with this big dragster, right? With a big jetpack, well, big rocket behind it, right? He did survive that crash, and the show carried on when he returned. I mean, did BBC cancel the show back then? No. Because, I mean, can I tell you this? The incident that Richard Hammond has is scary. It really is scary. I mean, I was when I was a kid, when I first heard about Richard Hammond gone into that dragster crash and seen it in motion, well, on TV that is, I was actually really scared. I thought he's gonna die, but thankfully he did survive the crash, he did recover, and he did return for the show. And the show has returned, and BBC didn't even cancel it whatsoever. And there are other scary moments that the show gone through with Clarkson, Hammond and May, with some of the dangerous roads they have ever been on, almost died in it, and other crazy shit they've been through. You know what I mean? But did BBC cancel the show because of some of the scary stuff they've been through? You know what I mean? Some of the dangerous stuff they've been through? No, they just carried on with it. So why now? Why did they cancel the show involving Freddie Flintoff? I mean, despite he already had a crash with a Jaguar XJ220, and now he had another crash that reportedly it was going at a speed around about 20 miles an hour by rolling over. I don't get it. I honestly don't get why you just cancel the show, and because of that incident, that's one thing I can't understand why BBC done it. But if they done it back in the 2000s, well, people will go mad. People will be mad at the BBC then, and then they just carry on with the show. But I don't know. It's strange to me how they just done it. You know what I mean? And of course, we already know about the future of modern day TV, right? You know, cable TV, cable networks, you know what I mean? You know, like Freeview, you know, free TV stuff that you have to pay TV license for. And also paid cable services like Sky, BT and Virgin Media, whatever. This is like another example of why all streaming future is future of TV. And unfortunately, that's the direction we are going in, because there's nothing on regular TV anymore. It really isn't. There's nothing going on regular TV anymore. And I completely moved on from it now because I mainly watch YouTube and also some of free streaming apps like, you know, Pluto TV. And yeah, I do use BBC sometimes, but fuck the BBC. I can't stand that company. And also ITVX and Channel 4. And also some paid services like Disney Plus, and soon I'm possibly gonna stop to Paramount Plus. But yeah, and in all honesty, right, there is 100 reasons why you shouldn't be paying a TV license. Like for BBC, you already know they are a horrible company that did some ridiculous things. You know what I mean? That protects celebrities for allegations that are so serious, behind closed doors, to protect their reputation, and also done some misinformation on news reports, including one of they done a news report on one family, but the family on that news report did complain to the BBC about it, but they never apologized. And also recently they did, got behind, Hugh Edwards, for, doing some dodgy stuff with teenagers, and also making their shows completely shit. And also now they cancel Top Gear. And all I know of is just the show itself. I don't know about the magazines. I don't know if they're gonna be affected by it, but who knows what's gonna happen with that. I'm sure the magazines are not affected by it because they are basically, you know, funded by advertising anyway. So there's that. And fun fact, do you know BBC only owns 50% of the show? And 30% belongs to Clarkson, and other 20% is one of the producers, I believe, who pays for the show. Interesting, right? But yeah, so pretty much this is another reason why you should cancel your TV license, because they're gonna cancel shows like this if they don't get enough viewership, or if they just making it worse and worse and worse. And of course, you know how political these people are nowadays. Well, these companies are nowadays, you know, convincing people to buy electric cars and all this stuff, which I'm going to be talking about in my other videos soon, about my worries about car preservation, all that stuff. But yeah, Top Gear, I'm going to miss this show, really. I mean, I already missed it since 2015. But I'm sure the legacy of this show will live on, and the memes and also the videos on YouTube from the old Top Gear will be rewatched by millions upon millions of people. You know, the memes from Clarkson, Hammond and May era will be just used over and over and over again until the end of time. So yeah, after 46 years, the show is end of the world. And I will, do I miss it? I already missed it since 2015, but I'm gonna miss it a lot. And now I have no idea where the future of this show is going, and also the future of the magazines and its website. We have to wait and see on that one. So editing future me here, I have to edit this part of the video because there has been updates about the Grand Tour that Amazon Prime may not continue with the show at all after Clarkson, Hammond and May are actually done the show because they feel like, I don't know, they just want to do the last hurrah and possibly do something else. I just hear the news around this. They're gonna quit the show after 7 years, which just sucks. And yeah, that's actually another car show being cancelled, surprisingly. What is going on with the motoring industry? I have no idea. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this commentary video, long-ass commentary video on me explaining my full-on opinion about, you know, this topic or whatever. So if you like more videos like this, me talking out of my ass with gameplay footage in the background, please give it a like on the video, and also comment down below for feedback, and also subscribe if you're new, and don't forget the notification bell as well for my latest videos. Also, I have a lot of social media accounts. My main ones on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me at RealGoldenWolf. And has my art account that I already mentioned at the start of this video is at Gordon Arts Real on Twitter, Instagram, and also I have a Facebook page of it as well. You can check out. All of them will be in my link tree down in the description of this video. And also, you can watch my previous videos as well, if you wanted to. So yeah, anyways, guys, have a fantastic day, drive safely, and I'll see all of you later. Bye-bye.